I hope you're well. Today we are going to be spending time decorating the front porch together, and this is something I've been looking forward to. I absolutely love driving through different neighborhoods or strolling through the neighborhood and seeing everybody's decor and how they express their spirit and creativity. I just think it's one of the sweetest things about the season. So I'm excited to contribute to that and add some decor pieces to the front of our home. And we decorated our front porch for the first time last year, so we do have quite a bit to work with that we have from last year. So we'll be reusing everything from then. And then we also have some new additions. So hopefully we'll be able to put those together nicely. I feel like hanging Christmas lights is still intimidating to me because I'm so new to it, and the ladders, the hooks, everything, I still am figuring out the best way to do it, but we're gonna try our best and see how everything comes together. But I'm excited to do some DIYs with you and spend time decorating together. I started by pulling out the rest of the decor that I want to add to the front porch. So we have our wreath, which we've used this for 3 years now, and it still looks really nice. This was the first Christmas decor piece I purchased for our home right when we moved in on early December. So our first year I didn't get to decorate much, but I did get a wreath, so it seems kind of sentimental and special. Then we have some pillows I'm gonna put on the rocking chairs, and we have a lot of paper lanterns that I sort of framed our door with last year, and I love the way that looked, so I'll probably do that again, but we'll play around with it. I'll probably wait to put these on last to see like where we wanna fill them in with. And then over here, this is sort of a mess, but I have just some smaller decor pieces that I haven't used yet, so hopefully we can find a home for them on the front porch. Whenever I begin decorating a space, my favorite place to start is just with all the really obvious pieces. So our doormat we have, our wreath, our little Christmas tree, I know exactly where I want to put those, so I just want to start there, and then we'll kind of move on to the more involved decorations. And I still have pumpkins on the front porch, so I do want to go ahead, clear those out. I need to figure out what to do with those. I wish I knew someone with a horse. I'm pretty sure horses like to eat pumpkins. And then, or if someone had a big compost, you could probably compost them, but still have to figure out what to do with them. Thankfully, they didn't rot or anything. I'm really surprised, but it's time to go. We're moving on from the pumpkins, so we'll clear those out. And then I have this, I'll show you in a second, but I have this sort of framed house structure that I put the pumpkins in this year, but I'm gonna switch that out with firewood for that cozy feel. And we do have a fire pit, so I like to keep firewood handy whenever we have a rare but chilly evening, and then we can use the firewood for that, but also in the meantime can use it as a decor piece. So that's the plan, so let's start there. Okay, here's the update so far. It would definitely be a lot more impactful if I added more firewood, so maybe I'll do that later in the season, but this is all we have for now. and it's still really cute. I just love this structure. I think it's adorable. And then we have our doormat, and then this little tree, which I'm gonna connect this light strand with another light strand and put it around the door with some garland. And I'll also add some ornaments to this tree as well. And then over here we have this Christmas tree that we got from the Christmas tree farm, and we're gonna keep it outside for the season. And I have these solar powered twinkle lights strung all around the tree. And I think it'll do a lot better out here because originally we had it in our backyard, which I really liked it out there, but it was in the direct sunlight all day, so I'm not sure how long it would last because that's just, it's still pretty hot here, and I just feel like that would really dry it out quickly. So I think it'll do better back here, but I'm not sure how much the solar panel will get energy-wise because there's not much direct sun right here until right before the sun sets. So that might be an issue. I might need to string it or weave it back more in the sun. I don't know. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, if we get to it. So that's the update, and now I'm gonna work on putting up the garland and some of our lights. This is the garland that I'm gonna use for around our doorway. It's from Trader Joe's. It's the same one we have that we use to make a wreath over our kitchen stove top. So it's really beautiful, a live, real garland. So hopefully this will look nicely over the door frame. And then I'm also gonna accompany it with some lights and probably some ornaments too. The time has come to put up our beloved paper lanterns. I love these because they make such a statement when they're put together properly, but what's great about them is that when I store them, I collapse them so they're a lot more compact and take up a lot less space. So for instance, the gold star, this is what it looks like when it's stored. So it's pretty efficient for if you don't have a lot of storage, but you really want to make that impact. And for these that I put on the porch, I put these battery operated puck lights within the lanterns, and I have this remote. So when I want to turn them on, I just press the remote and then they give a nice glow. So I really love that. And I'll probably just put them on a timer every night that we remember to turn the lights on. But I'm gonna go ahead and try my best to start hanging them. And I think I am just going to try to nail them into the ceiling. So we'll see how that goes. I honestly don't remember what I did last year. I think I would have had to nail them last year too, but actually I remember them falling down a lot. So hopefully if I just go ahead and nail them, we won't have that problem again. I'm gonna go ahead and put these extra plastic ornaments we have on the tree outside. And then I also have this strand of lights that I'm not using indoors. So even though we have the solar powered twinkle lights, I'm also gonna put this strand on them because like I said, I'm not feeling super confident that the solar powered lights will get enough sunshine to power them. So we'll have this as a backup, and if they both work, great. It'll just look extra magical. was a doozy. It's so hard for me to reach it even with the ladder. And then when I'm holding the little nail and the hammer and the snowflake and trying to do it upside down, it just is tricky for me. So still working on that, but I ended up using push pins for a couple of them instead of the nail, just because it was easier for me to handle the push pin and hold the push pin in. So hopefully that'll last. I actually hammered the push pin lightly so that it was in all the way. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it'll last throughout the whole season. But if we need to reevaluate, we'll brainstorm something else to make it more secure, but hopefully it'll last. And we're getting to the end, we're getting close, but I do have another strand of snowflake lights that I want to put along the edge of our porch. So we'll do that, but first let's have ourselves a little iced coffee break. Cheers, delicious. Let's open these lights that I ordered. So these are what I'm gonna try to put along our porch frame. So this is what they look like. I have not opened them yet, so I'm not sure how big they are. Oh yes, they're pretty big. That's the funny thing with ordering stuff online. Sometimes I'm very particular about measurements, so I'll check the dimensions and everything more in detail, but oftentimes I'm just like, oh, that looks cute in the picture, and then sometimes it's a totally different size than I just initially imagined in my mind. But this is actually bigger than I thought they would be, which is great, so it'll make more of a statement. And I ordered the 2-pack, so we have 12 snowflakes in total, and they're all along the same strand. So I'm hoping, I already have 2 command hooks on 2 of the pillars in our front porch that I use to hang various things. Like whenever we host something, I just put a banner there. It's very nice. And I'm honestly shocked that the command hooks have stayed for so long. I don't remember when I initially put them there. Was it in autumn time? I think I had them before that. I'm not sure, but they've stayed for quite some time. I feel like they're just melted into the wood by now, but that might come in handy for this, but then we'll also need to put a couple nails in for the other strand and maybe just for additional support. One of our lanterns already fell. It's not looking good. This is the one that I hung with a push pin though, and maybe since it has this ribbon, it's just harder to stabilize and have a firm, sturdy grip, but that's unfortunate. I guess I'll just go ahead and try to nail it in the ceiling instead. Snowflakes took down the command hook that I was raving about, but it's okay, I'll just put a nail in. The nails have been working really well for the other sections. In the snowflake light kit, it also came with these little suction cup hooks, which is really handy, and I actually just thought of a way, I didn't need them for hanging the lights, but I have this little wreath that I also got from Trader Joe's, and I had a couple places I want to put this. But I was thinking, we have a little small window on our porch, so I was thinking of putting this suction cup on the window and then hanging this wreath. I think that would be really sweet, and my hesitation was that I didn't have anything to hang the wreath with, but problem solved if this suction cup hook works well. We're almost wrapping up for the day. It's looking really sweet out there, but this wouldn't be a decorating video without some sort of DIY or craft. So here's what I have up my sleeve. When I first thought of this idea, I was a lot more ambitious, but this has already been such a full day of decorating. So we're gonna, you know, do something a little more simple, but still really cute and attainable. So what we're gonna do is I've been saving cardboard from various packages and whatnot. And with these 2 cardboard pieces, I'm gonna make gingerbread people that we can just stick in various spots on the porch. And then with this one, I'm gonna make a big candy cane. So that's the plan. And originally my idea was to use the boxes to create little gingerbread houses from a full box and have like a whole village on the edge of the porch, which maybe next year we'll do that. But for now, this is a good entryway to maybe that idea later on. And again, just a fun little craft idea that hopefully won't take too long, and you most likely have the supplies. I have this paint stash that I used for various crafts, but that's really all it takes: paint, paintbrush, and some leftover cardboard. And excited about how it all turned out. I'm really excited to see it at night, especially. That's always where it truly shines. But thank you so much for watching and spending time with me. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your holiday season, and I cannot wait to see you next. Bye!